Welcome to another episode of Cocktail or Neat. I'm Heather.
And I'm Tim.
And we get to try Booker's tonight. Yay! We have been looking for this next edition of Booker's for a little while. Done a little bit of bourbon hunting. Yes, he has had me come along on his hunting journeys after that last Booker's, which we can link up above. I got really excited about another Booker's, and I really, when I come down here to sample some bourbon with him, I kind of look longingly at that other Booker's from time to time, like, ooh, I know that's good, but there's only a little bit of it, so I don't want to waste it all, but I want to try it because it's so good, and you just get kind of torn on what am I going to drink? Should I have it? Should I not? So now that we have this one, which we'll see if it lives up to my expectations, I can feel more comfortable drinking the other one that I know that I liked so much. So this batch, it's got a blue label. That's how I knew to look for it at the store. He told me blue label. All right. This is Donohoe's Batch, which is named after Mike Donohoe, who was a friend of Mr. Booker.
Yes.
Who was the one of the original distillers, master distillers of Booker's. And apparently he had these little sample batches that he let his friends try. Wouldn't you love to be one of those friends back in the day?
And apparently that's kind of how Booker started, was Donohoe was like, you should do this for friends and family after letting him try it. And
yeah, you gotta share this. This is good stuff. You can't just keep it to yourself. Yeah, I'm excited about this batch.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, lately we've seen a couple of the Pigskin batches out, which is the last release from 2020, which Heather really, really enjoyed and was my first Booker's ever and really made us be like, okay, we got to start, like, getting all the Booker's. So last year for 2020, they only released 3 batches. This year they've announced they're going to do 4, as long as everything works out and everything like that. 4. So we get 4. By the end of the year, watch, we will do a night where we blind off all 4 and decide which is the best of 2021.
I like this idea.
But yeah, so this is the first release. It's 2020 or 2021 batch 1. And like Heather said, the blue label is what tells you. Luckily, we were able to grab it at the local liquor store right down the street. They had it for $75. One of the best parts of being here in Kentucky is you can still find it pretty good. And if it's really good, we might try to find it at Kroger when they have it on sale.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
Let's see what the nose is like.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. So a lot of similarities to the one from before. I'm definitely getting that kind of that peanut, like subtle caramel coming in.
Yeah, and you get, I guess baking spices would be the best term, like kind of in there.
Yeah. It smells so good.
There's a lot going on in the nose. And yes, you definitely get that Jim Beam peanut note. That is very, very good.
Okay, taste.
Yep.
Okay. High proof, I can tell right off the bat. Whew. Which, that's going to take some getting used to. I didn't feel like the other one was that harsh, but...
Yeah. I don't know.
You said the proof was 125?
Yes, 125.
So that's up there.
Yeah. You definitely feel it, but it's still got a lot of flavor going on, everything like that. Has a big coating of the mouth. And then, on the finish, you really get that spice and high proof Kentucky hug. Really just warming you up on the inside.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, it's really just warming my taste buds because I think after a couple sips, more of those flavors are going to come out for me. It's still nothing that I'm like, this is so much alcohol.
Right.
It's just, it's strong. Kentucky hug, as we like to say.
Yeah, it's well balanced, though. Yeah, it's one of those I really like as far as bourbon because for me and the palate and the flavor profile and everything like that, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
So I really
I agree.
dislike those bourbons that, while they are really, really good, they just take you up and leave you up. Like this is another one that you go up, you come down a little bit, and then a new flavor comes up, and it takes you up for a little bit of a ride, and brings it back down. So it's like
I agree with that.
a good fine dining experience. You know, you have to have those little sections where you cleanse the palate and bring it down a little bit so you can go back up. And it does all that.
And I think that's what's making it a little harder to identify some of those flavors, because it's like they're there and then they're gone. And then something new's coming in and then it's gone. And then, yeah. I'm definitely getting all those baking spices that you mentioned. So that's nice.
Yeah, on the front of the palate, I get a ton of brown sugar and caramel and everything's sweet and nice. And then it fades away, and then in comes some of the baking spices and that peanut note. It's almost like when you have hot toast and you put peanut butter on it, and then it liquefies the peanut butter. It kind of tastes a little bit like that liquidy peanut butter for the finish.
See, and I feel like the peanut isn't nearly as dominant in this one as it was in the last one. Like to me, the peanut is more subtle.
Yeah.
This is more like, I don't know, like banana nut bread, but just without the bananas. So just like a walnut bread.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting, is like walnut bread.
Okay.
So maybe not like a different kind of nut. Maybe not necessarily peanut, but that nice like warm walnut bread with the baking spices and some caramel in there too.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think it's really, really good.
It is very good. Yeah. It's, for me, I still really like it, but that high proof is kind of hard to get over with this one. So I would probably, if I were to continue to drink it neat, probably want to add a couple drops of water. But I wouldn't want to chill it, because I want all those flavors to keep coming out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this would definitely be one you could add a little bit of water to, and then probably open it up even more and everything.
It might
like
even
that.
taste a little different. Might get a
Yeah.
little different flavor notes too. So I'll have to try that.
Definitely. So.
All right. So would you recommend this? Should this? How do you normally rank yours with
the guys
other channel?
Would you? So what
hunt or?
Yeah. Would I hunt it? If I see it on the shelf, do I just buy it, or is it something you have to try at the bar before you do?
Yeah. What would you put this at?
I would say if it's going to be your first ever Booker's purchase, try it at the bar first, because I don't get that huge wow factor from it. But if you really like bourbon and you like high proof bourbon, and you can find it for the $75 to $80 price range, I think it's a great buy. I think you're going to really enjoy it, and it's going to be great. To me, honestly, I like this more than the last Stag Junior I had, which was Batch 15. I think this is better, and it's about the same price and way easier to find, at least around us. So, I mean, I would buy it. Like, I'm kind of sold on the Booker's. Like, I still haven't had one that's bad enough to say don't buy Booker's or be concerned anymore.
Absolutely.
So,
so I would definitely drink this neat. I don't think I would ever put it in a cocktail. There's so much going on. Again, I would just add water, maybe like play around with the water a little bit, like add a few drops here and there, maybe get down a little lower, see if that changes as they get some more oxygen in there.
Yeah.
This deserves to be drank neat, for sure.
And
go ahead.
I was going to say, and definitely it's one of those like winter ones, like
to
warm you up, sitting by the
which is what
fire.
they've described here, is
Right.
that it's a winter whiskey, and I agree with that. But I would say if you see it on the shelf, I still think you should buy it.
Yes.
I don't think you really, I mean, you could sample it if you can, but really you should just buy it. It's worth it.
Yeah, you're not going to be disappointed. And you get a cool box afterwards that you can do fun stuff with. So, I mean, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to add a little more water to this and see how that might change some of the flavors. But thanks for tuning in and watching us. And make sure that you hit subscribe and let us know what you think. If you like the Bookers as well, or if you have other suggestions for bourbons we should try, mention it in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. See you guys.